Two great forces are converging in America this year in a battle that will determine the future of this nation. One force is regressive. The other is progressive. The regressive force wants to drag America back into the 19th century. The progressive force is determined to take this country forward. But the regressives have a four-part plan to sabotage America, and you need to know it so you can fight it. Part one, make the wealthy even wealthier by giving them tax cuts and eliminating vital public services and safety nets for everyone else. Part two, turn Americans against each other in competition over a shrinking slice of the pie. Native-born versus immigrant, non-union versus union, middle class versus poor, young versus old. Part three, deflect attention from the predatory practices of big corporations from Wall Street by substituting private morality for public morality, focusing on intimate bedroom decisions about when to have children and who to have sex with, rather than big boardroom decisions about loading up companies with debt, outsourcing jobs, firing workers, and defrauding investors and consumers. Part four, treat corporations as people under the First Amendment and make money the equivalent of speech, thereby inundating our democracy with campaign money from billionaires, big corporations, and Wall Street, so the rest of us cannot be heard. That's the regressive plan to sabotage America. But you know something? We're not going to let them, because you and I and others like us are determined to take this country forward, not backward. And for the last 100 years, since the progressive era, we always have, starting with a progressive income tax, not the regressive tax they want. And then Social Security, unemployment insurance, Medicare and Medicaid, programs they call socialism and want to get rid of. And then civil rights and voting rights, landmarks we are determined to save, even though they are actively trying to make it more difficult for certain people to vote. And then women's reproductive rights, even though they don't want women to have any. And regulations to protect the environment, worker safety, and small investors, even though they want to free corporations to do anything to improve the bottom line. So much is at stake this election year. Everything we've achieved as a society, everything we want to achieve in the future. We must not allow the regressives to pull us backwards. The story of America is progressive.